got to get into it. You guys, the Suns, go 8-0 and you go home. What was that like?
It was tough. I mean, we wanted to, obviously we wanted to play, have a chance and everything, but we kind of knew coming in that, we just got in and it would be tough to make the playoffs. Like you need to win it. You couldn't lose, and then you needed other things to happen. So it's like it's not like you can't control your own destiny. That's the toughest thing. We knew coming in, like we could win everything, but we still need. They have to lose X amount of games. They have to lose X amount of games. So and now you're banking on other teams. So it was tough, but I mean that was like a big step, just especially like organization as a team wise, just like knowing what we can do and everything. So I think that really helped us a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like you guys came in and there was some magic that happened. I mean, what do you think it was about the environment, or what made you guys just sort of gel so well?
I think because it's really just us out there. When you're home, crowd, you got people in the stands, you got this and that, family. But when you're just there with nobody else, it's really just you guys. It's just like you, players, coaches, training staff, everything. It's just us. So I think we're just close off the court. So once we got on the court, it was just like we're playing for each other and just playing the right way, sharing the ball. And then, Coach Monty being Coach Monty, making us, play his way and we just go out there and play hard.
What were the virtual fans like? I mean, I know it's got to be different from the crowd. Was it inspiring? Was it annoying? Like there was one point during a game recently where I was watching and it was like a timeout and one guy was just standing there and like there was noise. And I wondered if what it felt like.
When I'm in the game, when I'm playing, I don't really recognize it. I kind of been like that like since college, and even in the like NBA, like when we have games, like crowd really don't really. To me, I really don't like kind of be looking at crowd. It's kind of like that since college. Kind of Coach Wright always told us it's like 94 by 50 feet, so it's just like us on that court. Like don't look out. And so I always been trained like that. So people can always be like, we're in LA or something, like, yo, you see, what's the name, like, courtside? Like, they have to tell me to look. I'm like, oh, that's him. Like, I have to really look. Like, I wouldn't just look myself around. Like, I would just be so locked in. And then somebody would, like, tap me. Like, if I'm on a bench, like, yo, look. Like, there goes, say, it's like Kevin Hart. He's baseline. You're like, really? And you look like, oh, that's him. So it was cool. I mean, but once I sat down and I'll sub out, whatever, then I'll look up. Then you just, like, see, especially if, like, you're at home, you'd be like, oh, there goes, what's the name? Like, it would be funny, though. It's cool. I liked it.
That's awesome. So who on your team, you were talking about not having as many distractions or being able to really get locked in on another level. Who surprised you?
Surprised me? I want to say who got better quick was, I think, Cam Johnson. Mm-hmm. He just, like, being around him and him being one of my closest friends on the team, just, like, the work he put in and how he came out aggressive and, was doing everything out there. It wasn't like it would surprise me because I knew he had it, but, like, just how quickly it was from the time we had time off to come back. We had some months, and then how quickly he got stronger and everything. So I definitely say Cam Johnson for sure.
Yeah. That's great. I mean, I feel like there's a quality to it that does feel a little March Madness-y. I don't know. I mean, you would know better than anyone. Two-time national champ over here. Were there similarities to like the feeling of a tournament or NCAA stuff to playing in the bubble?
Oh yeah, it was really? Like, yeah, especially for us because it was like win or go home. It's like we cannot lose. Like we really cannot lose a game. So it's like. Really, you play in every single game like it's your last. Like, you cannot lose this game. Like, you can be the third game. If you lose, it's like the next 5 is really like it doesn't matter. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, we just take that game, game at a time and really have to win every single game. And, that's how it is. It's just being on two different sides, being on a side where we had all the hype in college and knowing that you could get upsetted to where I'm on the opposite side where, like, we got to go out there and upset teams every day, every time we play. So It's cool. It's a cool different experience, but it definitely reminded me of the tournament.
That's so fascinating. Yeah, because Villanova, you guys were you were the favorites. Like, it was trying to
Yeah.
stop. And then the Suns, you come in and you're like, we got to prove we can do. What
Yeah,
was
like
the
shock the world.
Yeah, shock the world,
Yeah.
exactly. What was there any difference in how those things motivated you or made you play?
Yeah, I mean, it's just knowing that they just put us in, right? They just like let us in there and kind of felt in a way just like, we're kind of like a body, I guess, because like how like the percentages were, how we really had a chance was it came out, it was like 0.01%, not even 1%, like it was 0.1. Like, so like just knowing that I know everybody in NBA definitely, like nobody even believed that we would even get that close to what we had, like going to the last 2 games of the night. So just kind of knowing, just like we felt like they just threw us out there, just, just throw the Suns in here, let them, they have like there's 6 games and there's 6 games out, but they have a chance, but like not really. So kind of felt that kind of felt felt like kind of personal. So we just went out there and just just was on another level.
I love it. Sometimes being counted out can be a real motivator.
Maybe those are the dangerous teams. That's what's tournament, when those tournament teams be scary. Like people get hot, like Auburn. Like I always talk about Auburn because my boy Jay Harp, he was with the Suns, now he's with the Knicks. And I remember watching him, and I saw them. He weren't really talked about like that, But I watched them in the SEC tournament, and I was like, I said, these boys are going to. I was like, I'm gonna throw my money. Besides Nova, I'm throwing my money on them because they just got hot at the right time, and you felt like they was disrespected, and they just came out and went all the way to the championship. So,
do you think there are any teams in the NBA that are either counted out or feel underdoggy in a way that you think makes them especially dangerous?
That's Blazers. That's Blazers for you right now, and they're like the epitome of feel disrespected and everything. So you saw they came out, game 1, just like I don't care if they're the 1 seed, they're world champs. Like we're going out there and we're gonna go out there and hoop. So, I mean, it's fun to be watching that, just to see different type of hunger. Like Lakers are hungry and they got pressure where they have to win a championship. Like so they're hungry to go get a title for LA and everything. They got the other hunger where like everybody counting us out. They count us out before we even got to the bubble, saying they're not gonna make it. So like they're on a different type of level. And so it's cool to watch both of those guys go back and forth. And but I think Portland's definitely number 1 team now, I think.
I saw you tweet about you had a good Dame tweet.
Gosh. Yeah, that man.
It's fun to watch. I mean, do you have any predictions, or you willing to say who you think's going to do it?
I think Lakers going to win that, but it's going to be. But I think LeBron knew it wasn't going to be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like they knew what type of level they were on, so I think they're going to make a run for their money. Going to be just a tough, like kind of like back in LA when they played the young Thunder, and it was like the 1-8, and that's where they had Kobe and everything, and then young KD, young Russ, young Harden, and then I think they took LA to 7 games or something, but like LA won, and that was the first round, so they're like, these boys. That's what they probably knew. Like, they're like OKC boys, KD and Russ. When they get older, they're gonna be like, man, Harden gonna be like the face of the league. So, I see that type of vibes where it's gonna be a battle every single night, and it's gonna take them maybe 7 games.
Got to switch gears a little bit. What was living in the bubble like?
For me, it really wasn't that bad.
Okay.
As a person like me, like I'm more relaxed and chill. Like if I have my video game, I'm good. Like
okay.
You can put me anywhere as long as I got some connection. I'm good. So, I was chill. Like, and you got the gym. You got gym times. You can go back at night. So once I had all that, and then I could just chill all day, I'm perfectly fine with that. But then you start missing your family, and then missing like random things where I could just get my car and go drive to the store. Like you just can't do. It's like little things you just forget that you do every day. It's like, you know, like I could just like, sometimes you're at a house, like I could just drive here real quick, this and that. Like now, like you can't leave like the perimeter of the whole thing. So just little things like that kind of make you think.
Yeah, I know you're a big Chipotle fan. Did you ever think about risking it all for a good burrito?
Oh, nah, I couldn't risk it. But I was sure thinking about how good Chipotle would be. You know, all my friends, you know, all my people I see on Instagram and Snapchat, like they're home, like they get Chipotle, so they're just like, it never hurt me because when I see it, like usually when I'm at home, somebody puts Chipotle, like it wouldn't get to me because I could just go get it. But knowing you can't get it, and you see people post it, just like, and I'm thinking the person like, why'd you post it? So like, oh, I didn't even think it like that. Like I'm thinking like you posted it to make fun of me. So like, even though they're just posting in their story, I'm like, why would you do that? They're like, oh, because I got food. I was like, oh, okay. Like I'm thinking it personal.
It's like MJ in The Last Dance when he has the iPad and he's like, and that's when it got personal.
Yeah, like that's what got personal with me. They're like, I was just telling people what I had for lunch. I'm like, no, you know I can't have it. They're like, okay, I forgot you was even a bubble.
Right, like, okay,
like,
bubble
okay.
boy, sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Could you see other people, like from other players from other teams in the bubble? Were you guys hanging out, or did it get kind of separated by team?
Yeah, so you could, after it was like I think it was weeks after people get tested and everything like that. Then first game, they open up where you could go see them at the other hotels. Like they got the shuttle, like a shuttle bus. That's just for us that like runs every like 20 minutes. So you could go over there. They got like restaurants over there at the other hotels. So you go over there and see that. But yeah, definitely. Like you like be in a hotel that you see players from other teams who just have friends like in our same hotel. Then like, you like, oh, like we like look at you like, why are you doing here? You be looking like, oh, because your man's like is living it, like your man's is at the same hotel. So it was cool though. It felt real AAU vibes. It really did.
Yeah, like summer campy kind of.
Big summer camp. Everybody got the slides and book bag and like just big summer camp.
Did you golf? Did you fish? Like, were you out there?
So I didn't golf, but I fished one time with Coach Monty and my other coaches. So I went out there. I got a funny fish story, and I never really fished before. And Coach Monty's big fish, like does it like every day type, like just like he loves fishing. So I don't really know nothing. Like he's teaching me how like, you know, hold on to like the string, how like the line, and when you gotta like when you throw your line out, you gotta let go and all that stuff. So I'm like, tell me how far I gotta throw it. So I'm like pressure on me, like hope I'll do good. But first time I got my line out there and just sitting there with the bait on it and just sitting there, like just waiting, because now you just gotta wait. Ty Jerome calls me. He's with Cam Johnson. And Ty's supposed to come out, but he's trying to find where we're at. So he calls me. I can hear my phone ringing, but I'm sitting there with the line like, all right, I can keep hearing the buzz. I'm like, let me just see what it is. And it was Ty. I'm like, oh, Ty probably know where we're at. So like I'm trying to talk to Ty, right when I answer my phone, I'm like, try to tell him like, yo, come out this way, I go this way. And then my line starts to move. And I'm on the phone with him. My line starts to move. Coach Bonnie was like, Mikal, like this. I'm like, what? And I look, I'm like, oh. So I like try to put my phone down, try to like, you know, I like try to put my phone between my legs, try to pull. And I start pulling, and the freaking fish got away. I'm like, the timing of that, the whole time I was sitting there, the fish couldn't nudge until I get on my phone. Like, bro, so I blamed Ty for it. I was like, you lost me a fish. Like, it's your fault. Like, my first time I ever fished, I could have had a fish the first hour out there. And so, like, there's a funny joke. I just blame Ty every time I see him. And Coach was laughing, was like, that's like a rule, you know, like when you fish, like you're not on your phone. It's just like, you just don't get your phone out when you're fishing because you got to be ready. So he was just laughing at me at that stuff. So after that, I was mad because I keep trying to fish. I could never do it again. Never get one again. Never get one. I'm just like, that was my only chance.
Oh my gosh. So he not only did he rob you of your first chance. I mean, imagine that stat. If you had gotten a fish on the first cast, you could have never fished again though. Because then you'd be batting 1,000.
Oh, never. I was like, y'all can never do that. Y'all never ever first time fish got to fish it that fast. My first throw out. I'm like, I was about to sit on top of the world with that one. I was about to feel like a king, but Ty ruined it for me.
Well, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. That's truly terrible, Mikal. Maybe next time though. Who knows? You know, like maybe you'll go on a real run after that.
I hope so. I really do.
I love it. Well, so is watching the playoffs now, like it seems like you've been having some fun tweeting about it. And what I love how in the NBA you guys like really clown around online. Like, do you have any burners? Is there anything that we should know about how you're using the internet?
Not me. I was straight up right off my couch. No burners for me.
All right. Well, it's so great to catch up. Thank you so much for your time. Is there anything else you think that the people need to know about the bubble or the playoffs before we go?
No, I guess just take advantage of this, especially the West Coast, take advantage of morning, lunch, dinner, just basketball all day. You're not going to really get things like that where it's really all day. So I guess just take advantage of it, watch as much as you can, and just enjoy it, really.
I love it. You heard it here first.
Yeah, from me.
Thanks so much, Mikal.
No, of course. Thank you.